Hello, everyone. Coming up here on Connect Now. What a show we have for you. You ever heard that saying, death comes in threes? Well, we'll talk about it. We long found out that Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, and Malcolm Jamal Warner had all three passed away. And we told you all the stars from the 1980s are passing away. And you won't believe we'll talk about it coming up here on Connect Now as we get the show Connect Now started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Connect Now. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Lagging joins here on Connect Now as we bring in Brittany Shea. Brittany Shea, how you doing?
Good.
All right, like we said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Connect Now here on Connect TV, here in our digital platforms as well. Brittany Shea, we got a lot to get to, a lot of news going on. Let's get started with this. Malcolm Jamal Warner has passed away. He was one of the biggest stars of the 1980s. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, Brittany Shea, you kind of know firsthand about Malcolm Jamal Warner. What's your whole thoughts on Malcolm Jamal Warner passing away?
Initially, I was sad because, I'm like, every black person that grew up, that watched the Cosby Show. We love the Cosby family, the Huxtable family. I meant to say.
Mhm.
So it was just like, black excellence. Seeing, two married black doctors. What one of a doctor, a lawyer. What was the dynamic?
Something like that. I think Bill Cosby was the doctor, and
Claire was the
Richard was the lawyer.
yeah, but it was just black excellent. And they had their kids, and like they said, he was America's brother. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
big brother. So yeah, and then Malcolm and Eddie, and countless other movie roles and TV shows. Roles he has done, and he did music. I didn't know he did music. I didn't know that. So that
I
was a
didn't know
blessing.
he did music.
I didn't know.
I didn't
I didn't
know
know.
neither. I just thought he was just
I
an
didn't,
actor.
yeah, I didn't know. Um, what I was gonna say?
But you was the one that made mention to me about he passed away, and I was like, say what? Say what? He Battle Jamal Warner passed away?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked. I
They
think.
said he. Go
Oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry. And then too,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying, I think he recently did an interview. He was touched on a podcast about his legacy, and he
Uh,
just used to say he just want to leave a good legacy behind. You to be remembered for being a good person, for the things you did. The goodness that you did, and
right.
he done a lot of good roles. He was never like in the stereotypical roles. He didn't play no drug dealer, no junkie, no slave. You get what I'm saying? He always played exceptional black characters, nurses, doctor, stuff like that. So I give him his props and credit for that. He always, did good representation roles, basically.
Well, like you said, he's gonna be terribly missed because I mean, like, um, I just know him from Malcolm and Ed, the Cosby Show, and like we said, this was found out that he was trying to save his daughter or something from a riptide or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's sad. That's sad
That's
to hear that.
But then again, I know they said on that beach or whatever he was at, they were showing uh yeah, I'm sorry. They were showing like it's
Hey,
like a yearly like riptide
yeah,
thing, but still, they're still sad.
yeah, that is sad. And it's unfortunate. Man, Bill Cosby outlived him.
I know. I was like, damn. I ain't trying to put no death nobody, but I'm like, damn. Take Bill Cosby, take him.
Bill Cosby outlived him.
I said, you bitch, you trying to put me?
Nah, Bill, I'm just saying.
Just
You
saying,
did
bitch.
terrible things, and this dude didn't even do terrible things. This dude should be living.
Yeah, but God probably said, hey, he's a good one. I want to, get him, take him with me. Bill
Yeah.
Cosby, 88 years old.
Bill Cosby, 88 years old.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that was the first ones of this week. It was just like back and forth, Brittany Shade, like a lot of stuff that was coming around. We know that the Prince of Darkness,
Mm-hmm.
we can show a picture of Ozzy right quick. I think if we do have a picture of him, bring it to you. But Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, Brittany Shade, you were sending me texts left and right about like these folks like passing away.
Mm-hmm.
What's your whole thoughts on Ozzy's legacy?
I remember him from his show. I remember him from biting a bat head off, and that Black Sabbath group he was in, and what's that song he did? Darn them
Left
mind.
Head?
Yeah, what that song for War Games?
Yeah, it was for like WWE was doing their version of War Games. They do that every year, like
Yeah.
annual tradition. Like that's the theme of War Games. But for Survivor Series and stuff like that. But Ozzy has been in WWE at WrestleMania, what, 2 or something? But I
Mm-hmm.
kind of we kind of remember him from this right here, the Osbournes, when they used to stay cussing through every episode. Every episode, Ozzy be saying something, Sharon be cussing, the kids be cussing. It just was like cuss fest.
Yeah.
But a
Yeah,
lot of
that
people
was funny as hell though. That show was funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
right, Ozzy, a member of a Grammy winner, a member of the WWE Hall of Fame, and he really paid his dues. And they said he performed his last concert 2 days before he died.
Yeah, he was sitting in a chair or something.
They said he couldn't barely move. But I guess Ozzy kind of knew the end was near and stuff like that. But they said too that he died from cystic S or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, Ozzy. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's Ozzy Osbourne for you. Well, we get to another controversial figure. British Shake may not like to talk about, but this controversial figure right here, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan passed away as well at the age of 71 years old. Brittany Shea, I know you kind of was a critic of Hulk Hogan. The black community saying that Hulk Hogan got canceled, and black community really, black Twitter really didn't care. What's your whole thoughts on the Hulkster passed away at 71 due to cardiac arrest?
I feel like, and I expressed this too. Before, before it was the dark clouds surrounding his career, it was light. It was like, him being known for, say your prayers, take your vitamins, I'm a real American, red, white, and yellow, running wild. You know what I'm saying? We always like fans of Hulk Hogan. You see what I'm saying? He revolutionized and mainstream wrestling. You know what I'm saying? With the help of Vince McMahon and WrestleMania. Of course, by us being fans of wrestling, we know the history and, the things that took part of what made wrestling is today. He was a part of that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say he wasn't, but then again, he had built a legacy for himself. He was the first one to kind of go Hollywood, alongside like Andre the Giant and the Princess Bride. He was in Rocky. You get what I'm saying? He was making them steps to open doors for like people like The Rock and John Cena and Batista and even Triple H dabbled in acting a little bit and Becky Lynch, and you get what I'm saying. So he did open those doors, but then again, he still, even though he had some good things about his career and legacy, he had bad things that kind of tarnishes his legacy. You see what I'm saying? Like, with the thing with his daughter Brooke and the 2015, 10 years when he died 10 years ago is when the same scandal broke out about that whole,
the racial overtones and stuff.
With the racist things that he said, he died the same day of the 10-year anniversary of it. Like how?
Wow! That's
that be And
what's your whole thoughts on like the black? It's kind of like black people. The black community is kind of divided because some of them choose to ignore what he said, like you made mention. And what do you say about those folks that kind of like, is they kind of ignorant to their own situation today? You get what I'm saying?
I think that people, they trying to look at it like how, say for instance, like how music is, the music industry, like they trying to look at like, oh, I can separate the artist from their music or the controversy that they did. That's what I think they looking at it at. But then again, it's there's a difference because this man is portraying a character as being Hulk Hogan, but Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, whatever, is a racist. Period. And then saying the N word with the ER.
Oh yeah, and then when Booker T was talking about Hulk Hogan, we're gonna come get you. I'm like, you know what, Booker T.
I think that's the case, that people don't want to give ownership and accountability against Hulk Hogan. They looking past it because they, oh, he is my childhood hero. I love him in my childhood. Regardless if you loved him in your childhood or whatever. Right is right, wrong is wrong. The man fucking racist, period.
The man just racist. And then too, he made controversy too, being with Donald Trump and him win his campaign to become president and stuff. Do you think Hulk Hogan tainted his own legacy the way he did?
He did. He did.
I mean, I wouldn't want him to go out like that, but I mean, he chose his own. That's what he chose. That was kind of a big shock to me when you had told me about it. I was kind of like flabbergasted at first. I'm like, I heard stuff about what was going on with him. Like he wasn't feeling too good because they were saying Bubba the Love Sponge and him weren't close, but Bubba would get reports that Hogan was kind of, not feeling too well, and maybe Bubba Love Sponge knew something that we didn't know at the time, and he wasn't close with him, but he kind of figure out what was going on with him. But like we said, Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71 years old. Who, like you said, he didn't, beyond that, we having a special on the Pro Wrestling Show tomorrow. You want to watch the Hulk Hogan special, the man, the myth, the icon, the highs, the lows, the controversy. It's there for you on Pro Wrestling Show. So Hulk Hogan really did make effort in the 1980s, becoming the symbol of that. Sorry, we I don't know why we had Ozzy Osbourne on here. Let's get Ozzy off here. But Hulk Hogan was the symbol of the 1980s, and Hogan really trailed the blaze. But then later on, he kind of was a complicated person that really did complicated things, and when he couldn't, which he could have had prevented, but he chose not to. So we'll keep that on Pro Wrestling Show side. We were just talking about a little bit dabbling here on now side and stuff. All right, speaking of that, Shannon Sharp, Brittany Shay, settled a $50 million lawsuit with his ex 20-year-old girlfriend who was like a snow bunny, and she takes almost half of what he got, all of it.
Oh fucking well.
Who say what?
Oh fucking well.
Oh wow, Shannon Sharp. Well, this is the snow bunny right here, but Shannon Sharp love him some snow bunnies. Ain't this what Monique was trying to tell him? Like, you need to go and get you a girl your age and stuff like that.
Monique and Cat Williams were trying to tell him, but oh well. We do not care. We do not care. How you gonna let somebody take something that you done worked 30 plus years for, equivalent of your whole time career, to take from you and no time? You see what I'm saying? Like this girl, they said you paid this girl $25 million, and that's how much you accumulated in your career, was about $25 million. So what the fuck really going on? You really gave up your whole life work and money earned to give to a HOE.
Oh, okay. And then too, he had a podcast deal that he was set to sign for what, $100 million or something.
And that got messed up because of her. So these Negroes gonna learn that these YT girls alone. Not all of them bad, but you can tell some of them is, they think that black women are gold diggers, but hell, they could be just as much. Any race woman could be a gold digger.
Yeah.
But like they said, he should at least, I don't care who he got with. He got with a woman of a certain age and a certain caliber. She had her own, and he wouldn't have to worry about this. But oh well, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. Oh well, we don't feel.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Yes.
Isn't that Selena Johnson used to sing that song?
Sure enough.
Wow. Do you think Shannon Sharp gonna ever recover from this, or he coming back? He coming back to ESPN.
I know he don't know me.
He gonna have to really work hard now. He gonna have to really get into this snow bunny. This snow bunny just wanted some, wanted some inches. He gave him some inches. Oh, yeah, mercy. All right. We move forward for that to this right here. We want you to just watch this, and you'll kind of see what we're talking about coming up, if we can show the video right quick. All right, let's show it.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
hello?
There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights.
Supposed to show the officer getting punched.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
Hello?
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out.
What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No, don't.
Stop fighting.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
All right, that was it. Video. Viewer discretion advised, but it was a sensitive video, British Shay. What's your whole thoughts on that? The officer break in and punch that driver, and then controversial traffic stop.
I feel like that was so unnecessary, uncalled for. Like he was real. Like the guy was nonchalant. Like he was like, okay, like what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? They feel so threatened about shit so fucking fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like there was something for.
Yeah, they do suffer like broken teeth or something, and he had like a swollen face and stuff. I was like, wow. I said, dude, trying to comply. I mean, now these days it's like even you try to comply, they still want to punch you in the face. Wow, just some crazy people out in this world. All right. Hopefully, I think he's getting represented by Ben Crump or something. So hopefully
get some compensation for it, because that's traumatic. Like they did not have to do him like that. Like that was real disrespectful.
Yep. All right. So for Brittany Shea, I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Connect Now.
Peace.